one lap from that. Hello everybody, the stream just crashed, but welcome to Monza. My name is Sir Murray Walker, aka Evil Dragon. Joining me in the comment box is the Dutch version of Martin Brundle. It's Vectro. How are you doing, Vectro?
I'm doing great, thank you. Well, let's try this again without screen crashing. We're here at lovely Monza this time, while Plix goes into the gravel during his flying lap. We've got Tony in first as at this moment, absolute mile in front of Plix. It's 8 minutes to go. Do you think anyone can challenge Tony at this moment?
Well, so far in qualifying, the story has been they've run out of fuel and then immediately gone off the circuit and cut the corner to get themselves out to pit lane. Now, that's something I do all the time, so, I mean, oh dear. Tony's a bit wide into Lesbo too. I'm doing that too much. But Plix so far, he is coming out of the Scarlet Chicane in the Scarlet Red Ferrari. I have to say, I love the look of the Ferrari. We were talking about it just before we came on air, and the Ferrari is absolutely spectacular.
Oh, Luton is going to go quickest with 1/10 difference.
Luton quickest. Tony not on a quick lap. Yeah, but Luton starting the P1 so far in qualifying. Let's have a look at who else on circuit. Well, have a look. So we've got Tony on a lap right now. Plix is currently starting his lap. So let's see what he can do then.
Vesvier is on a lap.
Yep, Vesvier and everyone on a lap as well. So let's see who's nearest to the line. BV. Low on fuel. So let's see what he can do then. 7 minutes to go in qualifying then. So it just comes down into the last couple of corners. Into the Parabolica, of course. You want to keep it nice and tight on the inside. And then just let the car roll out on the exit. And you get the most speed. Then does he's coming in the pits. So there we go. He comes in the pits. So now we're looking who's next on a lap. Vettel's on a lap. Yeah, Vettel will be the next across the line then. So I think he's coming in the pits as well. So we'll find out though. But around the circuit de Monza. First hosted a race back in 1922. Since then, he's pretty much hosted every Italian Grand Prix bar one, which was in 1980, I believe, which was at San Marino, or the, of course, Imola, which is not really Italy, because it's apparently its own country, but it's complicated.
Yeah, just like Rome and Vatican City.
Yes, indeed. There's so many different little things. That's why we have the European Grand Prix, the German Grand Prix, and the Luxembourg Grand Prix as an interesting thing.
Even though Nürburgring has nothing to do with Luxembourg, I'm pretty sure.
But it does have to do with Europe. Meanwhile, Plix is going straight on turn at the old turn one. That's one way of taking turn one. A bit more dangerous if you take it flat, in my opinion, in an F1 car.
Yeah, but what you said about the 010 Ferrari is true. There's only one thing more beautiful than an 010 Ferrari, and that's an 010 Ferrari at Monza.
Indeed. Well, the 09 Brawn is good, but I don't think we've got any. So, no, we don't. Everyone else is in McLarens, I believe. And a few other Ferraris. So, yeah, no. Oh, no, we do have a Brawn. My apologies. We have Chris in the Brawn. So he's currently in the pits. We've got Leclerc right down in P6, Vettel in P5, Max Hill in P4 so far. Plix is ahead of him so far in that Scarlet Red Ferrari. Tony ahead of him, and then Luton currently on P1. So Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari, Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, Brawn, Red Bull, and then the Ferrari down the back. And you got to say, Vectro, that Ferrari quick, but the Red Bull surprisingly quicker so far in a circuit that really is not its strong point. That Red Bull in real life never really did too well there.
That's true. The straight line speed of Red Bulls has never been too impressive. But it does make up for the cornering speed, of course. And the more cornering speeds you have at the exits, all that speed you carry onto the straight. So maybe that helps.
And of course, the Renault engine was always about, was it 40 horsepower down, give or take, than the Mercedes and the Ferrari, pretty much like it is nowadays. But some things never change. It's a slow engine, but just that car and the diffuser, of course, the blown diffuser was added in 2011 as the McLaren goes cut in the first corner. Was that Tony? Yes, it was. But of course, Red Bull, an vintage design, really, isn't it? It's got that kind of the 2011 car, like I mentioned, the double diffuser, I believe, and the blown diffuser as well. So many little things as the McLaren goes off the road. So interesting to see.
Oh, there's Luton and another Red Bull and another Yeah, and Tony having a bit of a
And that's
thing.
Maxi. So both the Red Bulls trying to work together. This is a good tactics actually from the Red Bull team. Get both the cars, following each other. Dirty air, of course, doesn't really affect them too much around Monza. So they'll all be doing this thing, what we saw in real life, is everyone wants a tow. And, well, we saw it happen in real life, so it did end well. These drivers hopefully a bit more competent.
Definitely, there's 3 minutes on the clock. Well, they're actually probably smarter than the real life strategists, because they do not go out at the last moment for some reason.
Meanwhile, here's Luton and
Maxi. He wants to try to get a...
Yeah, nice tow.
He wanted to get a tow, but I don't think that's even going to help. I think it's rather going to cost him lap time, and they're just going straight on. Okay.
Yeah, so, well, this is interesting tactics we're seeing here between Luton and his teammate. Yeah, Leclerc up the P3 and the McLaren then. So the McLaren doing good, 198, almost 200 miles now, down to the brakes then into the first corner, never mind.
Down to which braking zone?
Which braking zone, you may ask? Well, there isn't one here at Monza.
Almost like the real life Leclerc, but a bit more dramatic.
Yeah, like the real life Leclerc, but definitely more dramatic. BV Kofar starting his flying lap. Breaks down to the first corner. Now the issue is actually when all these drivers cutting the first corner is they're all dead. Well, there goes BV going around in a circle, and the Ferrari now pointing backwards down towards turn 1. That's never a good sign to see. Reverses through, and what? Hopefully, no!
Oh!
Well, that almost could have been an accident. Well, luckily he stopped, because otherwise I think we might have seen Vettel being murdered. Vettel in the Ferrari almost decapitated that. Sector 1 yellow flag, that of course for BV. Now we're looking at Luton and Maxi. Maxi currently in P5, giving his teammate a tow down towards turn number 1. Leclerc retires from the session. He's done as the Red Bull there carries on through turn 1, giving his teammate another bite of the cherry. They've got Tony in between them. And I think, who's that? Plix as well. So a whole gaggle of cars right now. Just under 1 minute 30. They'll all get to the line, luckily. So they'll have another lap if they need it. And Luton is going to need it. And into the wall. And there is Luton. In the wall. With 1 minute to go in qualifying, where he's on pole. Maxi's done. I don't know where he's gone. What about Vettel then? He's coming in the pit lane. That's his qualifying over. So no pole for him. So it's really down between Plix, Tony, and I think, yeah, Plix and Tony are the only other drivers who can snatch pole position. And with 50 seconds to go, Plix coming through a scurry. Tony just coming down to the parabolic, and now the McLaren. Quick little engine that is, of course, the Mercedes power unit. Rear end steps out. Now to the line. Let's see. What can you do? Can the McLaren snatch pole position and with just under a few seconds to go in qualifying? Answer is no. Well, what about Plix? Can he do anything across the line? He cannot get pole with 20 seconds to go. That is qualifying over then, because no one else can set a lap time unless Plix has got enough fuel to do another one.
So Luton is on pole, even though he did crash at the second chicane. But it was pretty close, to be honest. Only 2 tenths.
Well, you say that,
3 tenths separating the top 4.
You say that, but Plix is still on another lap. He had enough fuel to do another lap. So it's really now all up to him. Can he do? He's down by just over a tenth in the first sector. The Ferrari there, bouncing over those curves. He needs to get, what, 3 full attempts, give or take? He doesn't need much to get himself onto pole position. So this has to be crucial. And that isn't what he needed. That isn't crucial. That is catastrophic. And that is not what you want to do on qualifying. Oh dear. Well, Luton on pole then.
So, like I said, the top 4 in within 3 tenths of a second. Not a lot of difference between Leclerc's time and Plix's time. So it's Britain, France, Britain, France, Britain, Scotland, Britain, Scotland, Monaco.
Yep, Cam the Monegasque driver. So, of course, great to see. Now, we're going to be wondering, Vettel, what is everyone going to be doing in the race? It's going to be a tricky race to see what the strategies are going to be, isn't it?
Definitely. Normally, in in 25% races, the strategy is pretty straightforward. Only one stop, of course. You need to go. Well, not in these. It's raining.
And yes, rain is pouring, and that there is quite a lot of rain. To be honest,
That's
is
heavy rain.
A monsoon of rain. So, rain here in Monza, here for the Italian Grand Prix. Now, what about that then, Vetro?
Yeah, I can see a lot of the crowds forgot to bring their umbrella, so
a soggy umbrella day
no one was
for them.
expecting this.
And this here is very much going to throw the strategies off then, isn't it? So, 0 stops.
Yeah, not only the strategies, but also the setups, because everybody went for a low downforce setup. You're going to need that downforce in these conditions.
Indeed, well, here we go. That formation lap is a go. And let's see what the drivers can do there. It's going to be tricky conditions. They're all going to be slithering and sliding around. And I've got to wonder, Vetra, are we going to see any shenanigans down towards turn 1? Look how heavy it is out there.
Yeah, this is so wet. It's just reflecting everything in the water. It's puddles as deep as the sea almost. What also surprises me that the Braun normally is so quick on the straights in this race, but it's only an 8th.
Ferrari, McLaren off on the formation lap.
Off.
So that's Tony, and was that Plix, I think, off the road? I think it might have been.
Professor is off.
Vezia is making mistakes. They're all going off. So, tricky conditions here. And like I said, Vetro, I mean, it's so wet. It's almost as deep as the entirety of Netherlands right now under the sea. Just how soggy is it out there? It's incredible. I haven't seen it this wet for a long time. Wow. I mean, more it's a monsoon than anything else right now.
Well, I have you know that the Netherlands doesn't look like this.
Because
there is a
Ferrari.
Vettel off in the formation lap.
Yeah, Vettel
They're
spinning.
all doing a cool fart.
Vettel going, doing a cool fart, 95, but very tricky conditions, and you've got to hope 13 laps. Are they all going to be able to do that? It's going to be difficult. I don't think I've seen wet weather like this for a long time, Vettel. Have you?
I think they've all got the wrong setup. The car is set up for dry racing, and in Monza that's such difference than what you normally have.
Parabolica then to the formation lap. You can just see, and as Luton loses the rear end there, as we're looking at the rest of the field, all just twitching through the last corner. It's absolutely incredible there. You've seen Vettel's gone off the road. BV's struggling. You can see him look at the rear end. We're on the formation lap, remember, and they haven't got any grip. They've got no grip out there, Vettel. Cam down the back is warming his tyres at the best he can, but really that isn't what you want to do in the wet. Yeah, Cam going wide, and in these conditions you really don't need the tyres warm. You need them cold, because if they're warm you're going to have less grip.
Oh, we're all waiting for Cam to line up in 9th on the grid. The 9 cars ready for a really tough race to come.
Yeah, treacherous conditions. A field of drivers in 2010 cars and the 09 cars, of course. Cars that are very renowned to be very slippery little cars. So here we go. Red Bull at the back, Red Bull at the front. McLaren, Ferraris on the second and third row. Who's it going to be then with the 5 lights are on? When they're off, we'll be underway here in Monza. And we are lights out, and away we go then. Good start from the Red Bull. Good start from one of the Ferraris. That must be the Leclerc. Good start from the Leclerc then. Off the front then, so 2 McLarens bogging down. But crucially for Luton, is a good start as they come down into the first corner then. Red Bull leads from McLaren, leads from the Ferrari then, as they all bounce up into turn number 1. But crucially, everyone through as well as they can be, 2 by 2 as they come down to Curve Grande. They're having contact there. That's Vettel, I think, or was that one of the McLarens off there? I don't know who that was.
Tony! Tony's been spun around by Chris.
Tony and Chris. So the Braun and McLaren in trouble on the opening lap, but it's Red Bull lead, McLaren second, Ferrari third. So it started pretty much like it went off then with McLaren second, but it's the different order. Vettel down there in fourth, Plix in the wall. As he hit the wall, I think he got lucky. His teammate around the outside of him and off the road. There's all kinds of the Ferraris get involved, and it's a Ferrari train down the straight.
Oh dear, Bevesir and Vettel side by side almost. Vettel is going to try it.
Thinking of the inside. Couldn't do it anymore. Look at there. Oh, we got a car spinning.
He's off.
And that is Plix in the middle of the field. Now, what's up, my friend? You don't want to rejoin dangerously. Like we saw a Ferrari doing in real life. Completely out of the way of that, so everything good there. But almost a very nasty incident there. But Luton already a 2-second lead. And we're only on that number one. Leclerc in second. Vettel in third. From Maxi in fourth.
He's under pressure from Maxi. Maxi is in fourth, but is going to challenge Vettel for third.
Here we go then. Up the inside. Should be relatively easy then. The Red Bull better breaks down that Ferrari. But let's see, the Ferrari might try and spring one back around the outside. Does do so, actually. Is he going to keep it on the island? Just about. And just stays ahead. And that's going to allow his teammate, actually, to get a nice long tow here. But in the wet, not as easy as you can see Maxi struggling down the rear end. And there, straight into the back of him, is Beaver around the outside. And this is always going to be difficult. In the wet, even more so. He's ahead though.
But he's done it. Into fourth. He goes.
He gets get ahead then. So very tricky conditions, but he is ahead then. And lap number 2 is Vettel.
Vettel's off.
Yeah, Vettel, has he hit the wall? I think he might have. Yeah, he has hit the wall. Front right end plate is gone.
End plate. Well, that promotes Bevesir up to third. So a good few laps from him, and Maxi up to fourth.
It's already. We're only on that too, and you've seen carnage drama already. You've got to wonder, Vettel, already. BV up 4 positions in the space of 2 laps. Incredible drive from him. Tony down the back, down 6 positions. He had a shocker of a start. Remember, he was involved in that kind of first 2-corner melee.
Vettel on Maxi. Vettel on Maxi again. Maxi had a terrible run through Ascari. We got a yellow flag. Who is that for?
No one. But Vettel on the outside. And that's going to be brave around the outside to Parabolic. He's going to get squeezed out wide then. So, no way through there. No downforce. Remember, that Ferrari lost a bit of its front wing there. As you can see in the background there is Cam. Having a bit of a wiggle on there down the back of the corner. But here we go. Vettel, is he close enough on Maxi? Maxi going to the inside, so he knows he's there. But he's just going to stay ahead unless Vettel could do some Houdini stuff on the brakes. Gets very close to the back of the Red Bull, but can't do a lot about it. But Leclerc right now, P2 in the McLaren, so he's doing a great job.
Great job from Leclerc, indeed. Really great start from him. And not the same can be said for Tony. He had a atrocious start, and Chris as well, all the way down at the back. Already done a pit stop, I guess. Because he had massive damage on his front wing.
Yeah, he's well down, of course. He's over 31 seconds, so the Brawn now has to really do it all over again then. That's going to be difficult to come back. Remember, wet conditions, they are not going to pit, remember, in these wet conditions. Unless, of course, something simply horrible happens. The tyres might go off, but I don't see that happening. But you can see already, Vetro, the spray definitely not as bad down the racing line already. It's already cleared up a little bit.
It is clearing up, even though the rain keeps on falling and falling. But maybe the rain is slowly decreasing, and that will be interesting. If near the end of the race it's going to dry up, then we're going to see interesting strategies.
Indeed, well, whilst it slowly dries, Vettel, up front, the gap is 3 seconds. Leclerc has made a mistake, I think, Vettel, you know, because Leclerc was just over 1.8 seconds. Now he's over 3.7, so he's dropped a heap of time somewhere, and hard to see why or what's happened. First lap, remember, 1:34.3 from Luton, 1:35.7 for Leclerc, and then a 1:36.3 and 1:36.2 as well for BV and Max, and Vettel on a 37. So they're really spread out in terms of time so far. I mean, what?
Yeah, and I was looking right now, they're all going spread out, but nothing. Well, actually, I wanted to commentate curse him, but he did it for me. Cam and Vettel were really close together, but Cam unfortunately made a small mistake, so he has to try it all over again.
Look at the lead, Vettel. Something come right down again. Look, 1.4.
1.4 is the gap now. So let's actually take a look at Luton's last lap when they come through the line. Because Leclerc is just 1-2 seconds.
Well, very much be interesting, Vettel. So you keep an eye on that one. But he must have gone off. Surely he's gone off around the middle sector. You can see the McLaren snaking around.
Big mistake from Leclerc. And the gap was up again.
And the gap back up again. So it's going up and down. It's fluctuating very dramatically. Meanwhile, Vettel and Cam getting a bit close together then. So, Ferrari, remember, with damage on the front left end plate, there's a Ferrari having a moment there. And that was Plix. And for a second, I thought there was going to be an accident there. Luckily, caught it together.
That was close. Ascari is proven to be the trickiest corner.
Certainly is. Down on the brakes, Luton. Nice and slowly right now for the Red Bull. McLaren second, just to go. Well, 2.4 seconds right now. It's opening up ever so slightly. Now then we've got BV and Maxi. They're kind of in their own window. Then we've got Vettel, who's doing a good job just holding up Cam. And Pictu, I think, is actually catching Vettel and Maxi. And Cam, actually. He's catching all of these guys. So, Plick starting to fly in the other Ferrari. Tony down there, 45 seconds off the pace. He's pitted. And as well, Chris has been off the road again, it looks like, because he's dropped even further back down in the Brawn.
Cam and Vettel really close together now in the less small corners.
Yeah, definitely are getting a bit close right now. So, as Lou's saying that, BV, Chris actually caught up to Tony actually quite a lot. But back to the action, like you were saying, we're looking at Vettel right now in the Ferrari. He's currently just ahead of his fellow Red Bull, the car that reached Sebastian Vettel, won that championship. And of course, in one of the very memorable seasons, 2010, where I have very fond memories of that season. Vettel, look, just doing what he needs to do right now ahead of Cam. And Plix, of course, just a little bit further back, and you can see the gap with 2.1 seconds there. So it's not too far away, so it'll be interesting to see what they can do.
Oh, Leclerc almost hit the pit barrier. He had a big slide coming out of Parabolic, I think, and he almost he just could avoid the pit barrier, so that would have been a massive accident.
Meanwhile, here we get Maxi. He seems to be a lot quicker right now, even down the straight than the Red Bull. Yellow flags, and that's Vettel in the pit lane. Now, I'm wondering, why is he in the pits? Did he lose the rear end potentially, or is that just for a new nose? It is for a new nose. So, I'm wondering what has happened there.
Maybe, I think he's really, he's trying to be smart and thinking like, well, I'm losing so much time on this. Maybe I can come back stronger with a new nose, but I doubt he will be able to make up for the positions again, because Tony is right behind the still, and he's lapping really quick.
Yeah, well, right now, looking here at Maxi and BV right now, they're getting closer and closer now, and around 3/10 of a second, you can see the Red Bull a lot more planted down the straight. Then here we go then. Let's see, where's BV going to go? He's going to have to defend the inside line. That's not going to be easy to go around the outside into Ascari in the wet. No way you're going to come around the outside, my friend. You're going to get squeezed right out of that. And indeed he is. Nothing you can do around the outside there. Now he loses all traction there on the power. Can't get anything there because he was offline. And that there is just a tricky situation in the wet.
Cam off. Cam is off.
Cam off as he damaged the car.
Whoa! Plix almost hit him.
As Plix almost hits him, and Cam, he's going to have to stop. That's the entire nose is gone. Yellow flag sector 3. That, of course, is for him. Vettel right now down in 7th. But almost Vettel, a monumental shunt.
Yeah, again, even in qualifying as well. And seems to be a returning factor.
Meanwhile, 3rd and 4th. Again, getting closer. Can't 5-second time, but he's spinning in the pit lane. The only one who see there, you can see.
Look at the bad news for him.
The Red Bull Vettel. Here we go then. So, just squirming around these rats because they can't get the power down. Never mind the rain. It's a monsoon out there. It's absolutely walloping it down on the circuit here in Circuit de Monza, Circuit Autodromo Nazionale de Monza, and
is walloping even a word?
It is a word now. And it is absolutely bucketing down. The heavens have opened, Ventura, and you can surely see that surely a safety car had happened in real life, because luckily for us, our driver's a bit more competent than real life, because of course the danger risk's taken out of it. But let's see what they can do. BV,
well,
just
Max
ahead.
Sure looks like he's the faster driver. Oh, he's gone off.
Just on cue.
That's going to lose him a lot of time.
Yeah, he's a second there. In the background, you can see Plig's big twitch of oversteer there. He can't get the power down there. Then you've got Vettel, who's now back up to 6th, by the way, because of a mistake by Cam. So he, in fairness, has kind of come back into where he was earlier. So he was about 5th, now he's 6th. So,
but still, though, there's a massive gap to 5th.
Hold it. Well, never mind. As Vettel, on cue, loses the rip, and, well, now Tony's ahead of him. And Chris isn't too far back either. Chris actually might have a good opportunity to come down to the inside into the first corner then. So this could be an opportunity for the Brawn. We know how quick it is in a straight line, and when it gets slipstream, it will pull, and it pulls very quick. So if this was a drive, actually, imagine Chris would be waltzing off up the field very quickly. But in this wet conditions, you just see he can't get the power down.
He just shifted down to 2nd in Parabolica. I don't think that's the best gear to go in, but on the straights, indeed, he does catch up a lot.
See him just struggling on the power. Set first gear, now 2nd. Into 3rd. Then put the power up to 4th. Into 5th. Up into 6th gear. Up into 7th gear. Then your top speed, the top gear. Then in these V8 F1 cars, of course. The old monsters that were before the V6s came and ruined everything. But nonetheless, always a sight to see so far. But it is Luton, 5.7 second lead. We're coming on to that number 9 of 13 here in Circuit de Monza then. Leclerc in 2nd. The gap that's 6 seconds now. 10-second gap down to Beevy right now. So that's about 4 seconds, give or take, between. That is actually 10 seconds. So it's way back, actually, from his teammate or his fellow driver. Maxi, Plix, Tony, Vettel, who's done it again.
Oh, Vettel off.
Vettel off into Ascari, exactly the same place that Vettel spun in real life. And here what's up for Camo!
Oh no, he's hit him!
And there you can see carnage there between Vettel and Lance Stroll there. And contact between the Red Bull and the Ferrari. And, well, we've seen that before with Vettel being a bit silly there. But I don't think that was anyone's problem. That was kind of a racing incident.
That's almost a carbon copy of last week's extra Monza incident with Vettel and Stroll. That was so alike.
That was amazing. But look at the leader, by the way. He's already coming into his sky, and these guys at the back, they're only just coming through the last corner. Vettel slowing. He's got an issue then. Sebastian Vettel in the pit lane, and he's got a 5-second penalty there. 5 seconds, yellow flag sector 3.
And he's retired. And
yes, Vettel out of Formula 1 then. So, gone from bad to worse for the German driver. But Luton, so far so good up front from the Monegasque of Leclerc in the McLaren then. Always an interesting sight to see yellow flag sector 1. I'm wondering who that is. Hard to see. Yellow flag sector 1. I think that might be Vettel actually, because he's in the pit lane. Yeah, it is. So that's why.
Maxi is slowly catching up to Bavessi again. 1:35.3 versus 1:34.5. So he's lapping, well, around 1 second, half a second quicker than him per lap. So let's just see if he can do anything here. In the first corner, he did make up a lot of time. That's Vettel. Well, what remains of Vettel? Well, now Maxi is right behind Bavessi. In a few corners' time, I think he might have a chance.
Indeed, we certainly will find out.
The speed of the Ferrari is also really powerful. But look how much he gets.
Well, he go round the outside then. That'll be brave. Complete round the outside. That's going to be close. Has he done it? Yes, he has. Round the outside. But he loses the rear end, and the Ferrari might come back. Don't count your chickens. Here comes the Ferrari then. Slipstream train down towards Ascari. Has the Ferrari got anything then? There we go then. You can see the Red Bulls trying to break the toe. Is the Ferrari brave enough to try out the inside? Is Beaver going to launch one? No, he's not. Is Maxi gone too wide? That's the question. Losing the rear end then. Here we go then. Now comes the question.
With a good line.
Yeah, the Ferrari
should. Access, he can try to get him again.
Here we go then. Slipstream. Which way he's going to go? He's going to have to go up the outside then. Let's see, can he do it? He'll have the opportunity to go around the outside. The Red Bull gives him space, and now he'll try and get the cut back down towards the first corner. And let's see that if he can do anything. The Red Bull and the Ferrari then battling here at Monza. We're on lap 11 of 13. They're coming up to the penultimate lap. And here we go then. He's going to have to go up the inside then. Maxi weaving one way, weaving the other. He doesn't want to let him through. And let's see, is he going to go around the outside? Yellow flag sector 1. As we see around the outside, who's that for? And that is for Leclerc, who's gone off the road there. He's kept it on the island though. So, no damage it looks like for the McLaren. But it looked like to me that Maxi just stayed ahead of BV. Yes, he did.
So the big battle between Bavessi and Maxi. But I do think Maxi has got it at the end. Unless Bavessi can get something extra out of the Ferrari. But with 2 laps to go, is looking unlikely because Maxi's pace is really, really good. Oh, he's gone up a bit. That's going to cost him a bit of time, but not too much, I guess.
Looking at Leclerc, Vector, look, he's dropped loads of time.
Oh, well, Maxi lost a lot of time as well, and Bavessi going through.
Whoa, my friend, that was a bit too close there, son Eugene. Round the outside, here goes the Ferrari then. The Red Bull giving him no space whatsoever, and that there was not very good yellow flags, and that's there with that Leclerc. Round the outside goes the car, and the Red Bull almost spins. It keeps on the island, there comes the other Ferrari. Now. Oh my goodness me, I can't see what's going on.
Oh. Blix almost lost it as well.
It's chucking it down here in Monza, here on lap number 12. The rain is pouring, it's got heavier, Vetter, it's got heavier. The drivers are struggling, Cam out of the race.
He's done.
Cam is off. Out. He's out of the race, he's left it then, so Cam issue for him, but there we go then. Look at BV then, versus Leclerc.
He can get second, in this race.
Just look at the rain, Vetter, it's absolutely abysmal. Never mind the wet tyres. Well, the rowing boat's out here. It's chucking it down. Look at it.
Yeah, it has gone. It has gone from bad to worse. The rain. But anyway, Bavessi's race has gone from bad to better for some reason, and he's now battling for second.
Leclerc's gone deep. He's gone off the road, and surely now this is the opportunity for BV. This is BV's chance round the outside. Yes, he is. Through, and the McLaren he's dropping, he's got no grip out there either.
And here comes Maxi, maybe he can try to take the position away from him as well. So in the span of a few corners, Leclerc's come from second to third, and he might actually lose third as well if you're not careful.
Lose fourth.
But then again, Plix on Maxi now.
We go then, Ferrari on the outside of the Red Bull, no space there, and he squeezes him as much as humanly possible, and now there we go, Maxi, no grip then, here comes Plix, he tries to go the inside, Leclerc's gone wide, you can't see a thing, I don't blame you because we can't either. We're on the final lap, the leader 25 seconds on the road, here comes Plix.
Try it.
Is he going to have a look around the outside? Can't do it there, you can just see BV struggling. Everyone's struggling out of the parabolical and great battling McLaren, Red Bull,
Max
Ferrari.
Line. He can get first.
We go then,
yes,
third position.
Through.
Now here comes the McLaren. They're back down the straight. You can see, look at the speed it's got. Look at the Ferrari. They might make it 3 wide potentially down towards turn number 1. No, backs out of it there. McLaren just stays ahead. The Red Bull squirming around the Ferrari just up its chuff. Fantastic battling here between McLaren, Red Bull, Ferrari. Here on that 13 of 13. Squirming on the power. The Ferrari has to get on the throttle. Plex lost it. Lead, by the way, coming through. BV's low on fuel. Leclerc as well low on fuel. They're all very low on fuel. Maxi! Got a 3-second time penalty. Maxi's in a good position right now.
Got a penalty.
He has.
Leclerc's come wide.
Leclerc
Maxi won all the time on Leclerc there.
Just hold that line up.
The podium's on.
We go there, and you can see in the squaring in the background there. Red Bull losing traction. Meanwhile, coming through the last corner, he took the lead from pole. He stayed there from pole. And Luton comes through the last corner. We haven't seen him this race. He comes to line and wins here in torrential condition. He wins the Italian Grand Prix. But what's going on? Second, third, fourth position. They're all squirming around. Leclerc loses time. Here comes the Red Bull then. Around the outside. Into the last corner on the last lap. Is he got it? The McLaren on the inside. The Red Bull on the outside. Can he do it? He runs wide. Has he got the grip there? Ferrari. Red Bull trying to come through. It's going to be a run to the line. Oh no! Oh no! There's a oh my God! There's carnage! Oh God!
They're all off. Oh no! They're all off. They're all crashed.
My goodness me! Tony's gonna get fourth. Wow! My goodness, look at the debris! Red Bull Ferrari on the last corner! I can't believe it! I can't believe it, Vetro! I've never seen that in my entire life! What on earth has happened there?
I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words. I do not get it. They all three of them crashed. That came out of nowhere.
Never will you ever see something like that.
Wow.
I'm absolutely... Vettel is done. And Alain Prost wins. Well, Alain Prost second position then. And
I was about to say on the straight, it doesn't really matter where what Maxi does at this point because he had a penalty. But then again, the had a penalty as well, and all three of them crashed at the final corner on the final lap. Can you believe it?
I've never seen anything like that. But Luton wins and BV, Plex, Tony, Chris, Cam, Maxi, Leclerc and Vettel. And I simply can't believe it. All three of them crashed. But somehow, Plex managed to cross the line without a will. He managed to cross the line despite him crashing. And that is absolutely incredible.
Still got third.
He did get third despite crashing.
He was so lucky to get first still. It all fell into his hands then.
That is absolutely incredible. Well, I'm completely lost for words, Vetch. I suppose you are, but wow. I suppose on that bombshell, Vetch, I suppose we should round it off.
I think that's best to do. Yeah, this is something you will never see in a league race ever normally, but we have seen the impossible today. There's 3 cars crashing in the final corner on the final lap, battling for the podium. I've never seen anything quite like it.
Well, until next time, my name has been EvilDragonxxl. Thank you, Vetro, for joining me as per usual. My name's been Evil. Vetro's been Vetro. Till next time, take care. Goodbye from Monza.